If you're a parent to a child, then you understand the incredible responsibility that evokes. The thought of making a decision for your 3-year-old that could cause major changes to their college age opportunities is intense. I understand. Believe me, I've been there. In fact, I am there. These tiny humans we've made are so innocent and completely dependent on us. When it comes to your tiny human's education, you will want to look at all of your available options and go from there. So, what schools do we have here in Marion County? Well, we have both secular private schools and faith-based private schools. We have public schools, charter schools, magnet schools, virtual schools, homeschools, co-op schools, and even unschooling. Let's dive right into the most popular option now, public schools. There are over 2,100 public schools in the state of Florida, and 30 of those are located in Marion County. Because Marion County is so big, we don't have a few huge elementary schools, as the travel time would be ridiculous. Our schools are very small and spread out in neighborhoods throughout the county. Some of the schools are better, some are worse. A school can be great, but then someone in leadership leaves and it changes the entire education standards. And vice versa. Somebody new could come in and raise the grade level. For me to recommend a neighborhood because of a school is impossible. Thankfully, we have something here called school choice. That means that you can live anywhere and choose a school. Keep in mind there are some restrictions and transportation is not provided. I'll put the link about the school choice application and a video about it in the description below. Since David and I have both had some really hair-raising experiences from elementary school busing our kids, we don't ever recommend school bus transportation for elementary age students anyway. Part of the public school system are magnet schools. Magnet schools offer specialized curriculum to students that are outside the public school normal boundaries. In these schools, there are particular themes that focus on such things as performing arts, international studies, or math. These schools do not have regular school zones normally. Here in Ocala, we have 2 elementary schools that I know of. One is Dr. N.H. Jones, and the other is Madison Street Academy of the Arts. Madison is obviously, by its name, focused in programs for visual and performing arts. Dr. N.H. Jones we actually have firsthand knowledge of since our kids were students there. It's a blue ribbon school, and while I'm a pretty tough critic of schools based on my background, I haven't seen its matched. It truly is an amazing school. According to schooldigger.com, it's ranked as 12th in the entire state of Florida, while Madison is next in line at number 13. So basically, little Ocala here has 2 of the top public schools in the entire state. Wow. So what about our charter schools? While the schools themselves are just outside of Marion County, I would be remiss to not include the Villages charter schools. Many of our residents have children that attend the Villages charter schools. The Villages Elementary School is placed at a respectable 133rd out of over 2,100 schools in Florida. This school also does not offer transportation, since the students can be outside the county even. To become a student in the Villages, the parents have to work in the Villages, not necessarily live there. Many parents will decide to have a stay-at-home spouse take a part-time job just to give their kids the opportunity to go to these schools. Most of them live in Summerfield, as it's only a very tiny portion of the city of the Villages that is not 55 plus and allow children to live there. A planned new K-8 public charter school, the Ina A. Collin Academy, has received approval from the Marion County School Board for its plan to open in August of 2022. The Colessa Township will be located just northeast of the large On Top of the World retirement community. The facility will be located within the 1,500-acre development planned for up to 5,000 new homes and will be accessible by the community's pedestrian trail and tunnel system. Colessa Township will also be home to Ocala's new Aquatic Center. Circle Square Foundation Executive Director Rebecca Rogers said the academy will include larger than standard classrooms, a gymnasium, cafetorium, media center, and music and art and lab facilities. The academy will follow a phased build-out approach for student enrollment. Rogers said opening in August 2022 with an estimated 214 students in kindergarten through 6th grade and adding 7th and 8th grades in 2023 and 2024. One last thing I would like to mention about the public schools here in Ocala. If you have a kid with special needs, there are a lot of schools that can help. Most schools also offer some form of after-school care. As far as VPK, if you have a really young child, most daycare centers qualify as VPK. I tried that, but with Lexi being a little sponge, I was really frustrated that she wasn't learning so much. So I enrolled her in a private school that accepted 3 to 4-year-olds up to grade 8. It was not a VPK program, but it was totally worth the money. Through that school, I found out about a tiny little place that does a VPK summer program that is absolutely amazing. It's over on Marion called the Reading Clinic. My barely 4-year-old daughter was just able to spell cat and dog when she went there, and just weeks later, she was reading at a 2nd grade level, and she had a blast the entire time. They do programs throughout the year, but I only experienced the summer program. For private schools, there are so many faith-based private schools, notably Ambleside, Blessed Trinity Catholic, Meadowbrook Academy, Grace Christian, and Ocala Christian Academy, among many others. We're in the Bible Belt after all. There are over 600 established churches in Marion County. Obviously, there would be a lot of schools as well. There are several secular private schools, as I began to mention before. One of the most well-known is the Cornerstone School, and they just had a large addition added this year to their property. We also have 2 Montessori schools, which are world-renowned European educational programs. Now moving on to the homeschooling programs. Florida is a homeschool-friendly state. The state laws have tried for years to strike a balance between the rights of the parents to educate their children as they see fit and the rights of children to the best education possible. Being a huge supporter of homeschooling, I think Florida has struck a nice balance. Marion County especially has taken the lead in encouraging home-based education long before coronavirus shut everything down. If you choose to homeschool your child, you actually can still work through the public school system to pick and choose what's best for your child and when. There's actually a homeschool division with guidance counselors and all that in the administration building over on East 14th Street. Both Michael and Lexi have been enrolled in public school while still using Florida Virtual School online at times. You can actually choose Marion County teachers or state teachers, depending on if you want to meet your teachers face-to-face or if your child is good with virtual. You can also take your child to in-classroom class at their zone school for classes they're struggling with, or if they want to participate in elective classes like languages and music and art. Those classes are available online, but there's something to be said for actual classroom time in some subjects. These students can participate in clubs, band, and even sports through their zone school. There are also homeschool groups that meet at the local parks that teach PE, art, life skills, science, etc. I'll put the link for that in the description below as well. Years before COVID, I was shocked by how many people in Marion County openly educate their children at home. They do expos at the library, they have discounts at attractions for homeschool groups, and all sorts of other things. Trust me, when I was a kid, there was nothing like that. Yep, I was homeschooled. I tell everyone that was forced to learn to homeschool on the fly with COVID that we did it long before it was cool. There are so many details that I wish I could provide in the area of schooling, and I'm very happy with the choices that we made for our kids. I'm also very grateful for the opportunities that living in Marion County has provided them, and that continues to be provided for Lexi as she's still here in school. We will get into more of that in the later videos, but safe to say, I think Marion County is a fantastic place to choose for your family. But that may be because I chose it for mine, and I love being right. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you like the free home buyer's guide booklet I provide with a full list of the public and private schools in there. Thanks so much for watching.